It's the Falcons and the Saints on Thursday night.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter, and they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. For the first time this season, I'm Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward up in this broadcast booth, and the long wait is over, partner. A new season officially begins tonight.
Yeah, and these are the two teams who have the honor, really the privilege of ringing in the new regular season. And I know, with how long it's been since the Super Bowl ended, any two teams would be great to watch. But as usual, well, Park Avenue and the NFL has scheduled a heck of an opener for us. And it's about time we get Week 1 underway.
Months of football about to get underway. We're all set, and away we go in a new NFL season. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season, and they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Has him on the quick hitter. Get some space around midfield. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Falcons going nickel to defend this 3rd down play. Throwing with a blitz on the way. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
And these pass rushers in the game today, they are so doggone good. Not only are they good at getting home and sacking the quarterback, look at this. He was fighting the blocker. He kept his eyes on the ball, times it perfectly, and he forces a pass breakup.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Now looking to throw. Gets out of trouble. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. He's dropping back to throw. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the first over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Pass play coming here. This throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. They'll try and punch it in. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
They send a man in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Mikatomni's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
On the return, here's Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this 3rd-year QB.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Throwing it to start this drive. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of a game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
Short pass brought in. 8-11 up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Back to throw now. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic, not just knock that ball away.
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Blake Grupe to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints go up 10-zip here in the first. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here's Hines. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Falcons taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they are really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Finds his target, Robinson.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Fourth down punt coming up. Ethan Evans out to do the honors. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. Escapes a defender. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Saints will get set to take over. This New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Encroachment, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Able to find Nakua here. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in. Right, higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
Grouping adds the extra point. And the Saints take a 3-possession lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They kick the running back in motion. From the 32. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got a man. Robinson has it.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So the new NFL season officially well underway as we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Saints setting the pace so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Saints offense. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Looking slant route, complete. And that's good for a gain of 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop. All right, here we go. Second down.
Second and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Pass play now. Connecting on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
That one's complete over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one fired in there, complete. And he'll go down here at the 16. Second and 3 now.
Brings up second and 3 at the Falcons 16-yard line.
Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So keep that second and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. To the air now on 1st and 10. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Still sticking with the passing game. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Looking to the air here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints make it a 24-point ball game. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
The rookie out of Washington making that tackle. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 38. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. They're going play action. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they're going to take over possession. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Airing it out to start this drive. Dump off caught by his back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd and 15. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Throwing it again here. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
It is cut left side. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That one's complete, right side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd down, looking for options. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints running away with it in the 2nd quarter. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm
Previous
it
play
was
is
indeed a
under review.
touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field, so that play is going to remain a touchdown. Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Gibson. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a 1st down off this defense just yet. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay. Have honest with you, I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Here's a throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. The Saints ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. On first down, they'll run. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 48. Dumped off to his running back. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. 3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season.
The Falcons take over.
Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Back to throw on 1st and 10. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing now, off play action. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. We have a timeout here, 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's brought down across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. Ethan Evans on that a punt. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. Caught by the open man. It's a 31-yard play. And the Saints are gonna have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Hits his running back. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Offense up to the line fast. From the red zone now. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They are throwing it again. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up third down. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. From 37 yards in the right hash. Mikatomny's kick is good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He's back to throw. He lofts it deep, right sideline. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one.
Defense.
So halftime has to wait one more snap. That pass interference call means we've got an untimed down coming up. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. So we've reached the half in this year's NFL kickoff game to the season. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina as they get set to take on the visiting New York Giants. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well, one being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks.
The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus is on these two teams
between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals.
Contest. Has this at the 6. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9. Now they send their back in motion right. To the air, 3rd and long. Throw caught by his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made here at the 17. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Saints are going to have some work to do as they take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, But sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run here following the penalty. And he found some running room for a nice gain. He gets him 7 on the carry, but still an incredibly long third down coming up. Throwing now from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. So before this is punted away, officials stepping in. Looks like a timeout was called by the receiving team. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And the Falcons will take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Back to throw. Finds a man right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Second and 10 now. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they've made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. The Saints come marching onto the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch. And
he's brought down at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Now on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and throw it here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Brought in right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it. And the Saints will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Looking right, and he finds him. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Completed to his running back. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Looking for his wide receiver there. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Pass play on 1st and goal. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
They'll send him up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Saints parlay the interception into points. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Group B to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead. Here's Group B on now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 8. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's Falcons football, but here in the 4th, that lead might be too much to overcome. Third down, 1 yard to go. They go play action here. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Into traffic, complete! And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing it again here. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Along the sideline, and Pitts brings it in. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They'll throw it again. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They find 7 yards, and now they've got first and goal. Running it now out of the gun. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Falcons putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons take 7 points off the deficit. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Returning it from the 4. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back-to-back carries here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time. You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. He fields this at the 18. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got a man, it's Drake London. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Hits his running back. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw on 1st. Got a man, it's London. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. 16 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st down, ball at the 36. He'll throw it yet again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Pitts brings it in. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Drake London. And they're up against it. 4th down coming up. Dropping back to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
Across the 45 and still going. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. Give him 24 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Handoff now out of the gun. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to the well again. And he's got 4 on the run. Man, that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Handoff to the back. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line.
They give it to him again. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Saints are running them out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints continue adding on to that lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff.
Blake Groupie to kick off for the Saints.
Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense ready to get going again now. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So it's 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But it looked like the Falcons swooped in and got to that football. Yes, they recovered. They're keeping possession. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And they're no doubt happy to get their season off on the right track and claim the first victory of this new campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.